Hello everyone, we're back with last video still processing a bit, 95%. And the video is published. Okay. Sorry, I love watching my videos get published. Anyways, we're back with part 6 of reading The Cousins. We heard, I think it was Aubrey's story. I think it was Aubrey's story. Hold on, I forgot who we were talking about. I think it was Aubrey's story. Let me double check real quick. Let's see. Yes, it was Aubrey's story. So now we're gonna read Jonah's story. Jonah's story. Okay, let's read this. Chapter 3, Jonah. I'm going to be late. I've been in this car for almost 3 hours, driving 70 miles through stop and go traffic from Prudence to Heinous. It's been the longest, most expensive Uber trip of my life. What do you think of Uber, bro? Hold on. Okay. Typical last week in June, my driver Franco said, as we crawled through the Saturday morning Cape Cod traffic. He brakes as the light we were about to pass turns yellow. What can you do, right? I grit my teeth. You could have run that light for starters. Franco waves a hand. Not worth it. Cops are everywhere today. Google Maps says we're just over a mile away from the ferry. That will take me to Cove Island. But even when we get through the red light, the line of cars ahead of us barely moves. I'm supposed to leave in 10 minutes, I said, hunching over until my knees bumped the seat in front of me. Whoever last rode shotgun in Franco's car likes a lot of leg room. Are we gonna make it? Well, he hedges. I'm not positive we're not gonna make it. I suck in a frustrated breath and start stuffing papers back into the folder I'm holding. It's full of press clippings and a bunch of other stuff about Gall Grove and Miller's story. Mostly the island, though. Because Miller's practically a recluse. The only social event she's ever shown up for is an annual summer gala at Gall Grove Resort. There's a picture of her in the Gall Grove Gazette at last year's event, wearing a giant dramatic hat and gloves like she's the Queen of England. Donald Cameron, her lawyer, and Slender of the infamous "You Know What You Did" letter, is standing next to her. He looks like some kind of smug asshole who would enjoy the job. Millard is known best for being part of the arts. Apparently, she's got a massive private collection of paintings and sculptures, and she spends tons of money supporting local artists. She's probably the only reason there's still an artist community on that overpriced pile of rocks they call an island. So, she has that going for her, at least. The back of the folder had a few things related to Aubrey, Miller, and their parents. Old reviews for Adam's stories, coverage of Aubrey's swim meets, an article about Toshi Takara making partner in one of New York's biggest law firms, I even dug up an old New York Times Vows column on his and Allison's wedding, or him and Allison Story's wedding almost 20 years ago. Nothing about the divorce, though. It's a little weird, maybe to be carting all this around, but I don't know these people, and when I don't know something, I study it. Okay. I shoved the folder into my duffel bag and zipped it up. It's one of those oversized bags meant to see a kid through 2 weeks of summer camp. It has to last me 2 months, but I don't have much. Don't you know any back roads? I asked Fernando. We're done at 8 minutes. These are the back roads, Franco says, glancing at me in the rearview mirror. How fast are you? What? Can you run a 5-minute mile? Shit. I exhale as his knee hits me. You can't be serious. We're not moving, kid. If I were you, I'd make a run for desperation. I'd make a run for it. Desperation turns my voice into a snarl. I have a bag. Franco shrugs. You're in good shape, aren't you? It's either that or you miss your ferry. When's the next one? 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. I look at his dashboard. 7 minutes ago, and I make up my mind. Fuck it. I'm going a mile. That isn't that long, right? How bad could it be? Better than being stuck at the dock for almost 3 hours. Franco breaks so I can get out, and I loop the straps of my bag around my shoulder like an oversized backpack. He points out the wheel. GPS says it's on the right. Should be a straight shot along this road. Good luck. I don't answer, just take off for the grass at the side of the road and start running for about 30 seconds. It's fine, and then everything goes to hell. The bag thumping too hard against my back, I can feel rocks through the thin soles of my cheap sneakers, and my lungs start burning. Franco was wrong. I'm not in shape. I look it because I spent hours every day hauling boxes, but I haven't flat out run a 1 mile. My lung capacity sucks, and it's getting worse by the second. But I keep going, lengthening my straps because it doesn't feel like I'm getting anywhere near fast enough. My throat is so dry that it itches, and my lungs already ready to explode. I pass a cheap motel, a seafood restaurant, and a mini golf course. The air is hot and muggy, the kind that settles over your skin even when you're standing still, and the sweat coats my hair and pastes my t-shirt to my chest. This was a big mistake. Huge. How am I going to explain collapsing on the side of Cape Cod Road to my parents? Somehow I'm still running, my back whacking me painfully with every step. My eyes turn with sweat and I can barely see, but I keep blinking until I make out the edge of a squint white building. It looms closer. I spy a cobblestone path and a sign that reads Steamship Authority. I don't know how much time has passed, but I'm here. I drag myself to the ticket window panting. A woman behind the glass, a blonde with heavy makeup and teased bangs, looks at me with amusement. Ease up on the heavy breathing, handsome. You're too young for me. Ticket, I gasped, digging into my pocket for my wallet. For the 120, she shakes her head, and my pounding heart drops to my feet when she says, "You like to cut two things close, didn't you?" You almost missed it. That will be $18. I don't have enough breath left to thank her. I grab my ticket and push through the doors into the station. It's bigger than I thought, so I pick up my pace to the exit. One hand presses against the stitch in my side. There's a 50-50 chance I'm going to hurl before I get on this boat. When I reach the dock, there's hardly anyone on it. Just a few people waiting at the ferry. A guy in a white shirt and dark pants is sitting at the entrance of a walkway connecting the dock to the ground, fastening it across the two posts on either side of the walkway. Then he looks up and catches the sight of me lunging towards him with a ticket outstretched. Don't do it, I think. Don't be a dick. He takes my ticket, unclips the chain, made it in the nick of time. Bon voyage, son. Not a dick. Thank Christ. I stagger up the pier and through the ferry's entrance, almost groaning with relief at the air-conditioned chill that greets me. Water bottles unscrew the top and drain almost the entire thing in 3 long gulps. Then I pour the rest over my head. Note to self, take up running this summer because that was pathetic. My fellow passengers all ignored me. They looked primed for vacation, wearing baseball caps, flip-flops, and t-shirts with what I come to realize is unofficial Gold Grove Island logo. A circle with a silhouette of a gull inside the letters GCI above it. I keep still until my breath returns to normal, then pull a transportation section in the middle. Then the ride is 2 hours and 23 minutes, and we'll pass Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket along the way. Gull Grove Island is smaller than either of them, which is saying something since Nantucket Island is only 14 miles long, and what everyone else calls more remote and rugged. That was part 6 of reading the cousin. Stick around for part 7.